Hi guys, I'm Uncle Richie.
Yo, what up? JMoney's back.
And this is C10. And you're listening to the Uncle's Podcast.
Yo, what's up? Welcome. Yo, welcome back to the Uncle's Potty, episode 45. This episode, we're going to talk about the upcoming NRL season. The boys are currently over in Las Vegas, 4 teams over there. JMoney and I are going to go through a little bit of a preview of each team, our best players to watch, and some people to look out for. So make sure you tune in, sit down, relax, get a coffee, get some popcorn, and enjoy. Sheesh! JMoney! How are you, brother?
Bro, really good, man. I've been listening to Take Flight.
Oh,
on
what's that?
He's like a podcast that gets rappers on.
Yeah.
And at the end, he like talks to them on the podcast, gets to know them a little bit, and at the end, he gets them to freestyle.
Ooh.
And then he just picks any random beat and then chucks it on. Obviously, he might speak to them before, but there's Say True God. He's freestyle, bro. So good. I've listened to that 6 times.
He's a Brisbane
Yeah,
boy,
North Side. He went to the same school as me, man.
Wow.
Yeah, lived through Green Road and stuff. Good Breckenridge, yeah. And then there's one at Barker. She's like a female Indigenous rapper. She's also good, man.
Yeah, I just followed her recently.
Yeah,
she's fire.
She's fire, man. Hey.
Yeah, she's fire.
Yeah, but work's been good. Life's been good. What about yourself?
Same, bro. Just chipping away, you know.
Yeah.
Not much to say this week, but just keen to get into this episode.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's fucking go. All right. NRL Las Vegas this weekend. 4 teams. Broncos.
Yep.
Roosters. Manly.
South.
Bunnies. What are your thoughts about the game being played in LA?
Well, those
LV,
Los Vegas. Those 4 teams are the most marketable teams in the NRL. Outside of Manly, questionable, but Russell Crowe with his connections.
Yep.
Bunnies, no brainer. Broncos. You know, fun fact that I learned since working in the media landscape. Broncos, their games used to rate so well. They always used to play Friday nights.
Every time.
So they're gonna go well.
Yeah.
And then the Roosters, Uncle Nick.
Nicky boy.
Richest man that owns any NRL club, I reckon. Apart from Russell, maybe, but yeah, that guy. He's got like so many dealerships in in Sydney. Very well respected guy, and but I think those 4 teams, in terms of showcasing the game to expand it into the States, they're the right teams. I probably would have maybe chucked in the Waz instead of Manly.
Yep.
Because I feel like their style of footy, entertaining, explosive.
Yeah.
They just bring like a different feel to them, and I feel like it would have been good to them. And at least it's like a team from New Zealand too as well, just going over there, and the support from the Kiwis would have been big too as well. But yeah, I think those 4 teams are well chosen. I think they're going to do good for the game and in terms of expansion. I just hope that it's not a low-scoring game, because obviously for us a low-scoring game means that it's a good game because defensively both teams are playing well. But we want to sell the game to new viewers, like people from America, where they're so used to seeing the NFL like 50, 60 points per game.
Yeah.
We want heap of tries, want big hits, and we want, Reece Welch to be lightning,
Yeah.
Latrell Mitchell to do
Ezra Man.
Yeah. Well, what about you? What do you think of the 4 teams?
I think it's amazing, and I did see in the news as well that there's a bit of talk going on about a competition in America. Apparently, there's interest of 10 teams and a NRL comp over there. 3 clubs, I think, have raised enough money
for it. So, man, it's interesting times. I believe the NRL wouldn't own it. It'll be privately owned, but that it would basically be a little NRL over there, which is amazing because, you know, a lot of young players as well here who I'd say don't get the opportunity to play NRL. You know, they could probably go over to the States, play for one of those clubs, you know, live over there, experience life over there, but also get paid as a rugby player. So exciting times. Another thing to steer off that is NRL sort of they were talking about how they've got they made about $700 million in profit last year, which is huge for the game, and they're looking at if it's possible to buy the Super League.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Interesting times.
100%. And I feel for the Super League, it's one of those things where players in the NRL go when they, you know, not necessarily haven't lived up to their potential over here. And some people might say the league over there isn't as, you know, good as what we have with the NRL, but I guess like the Panthers, they lost to Wigan over the weekend. So there's some good players over there, but in saying that, there was a few rubbish calls from the referee over there.
Oh, that last one, that try, man. Double movement.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
Yeah, so I mean, I would love for the game to grow, but I think it's just important to you know, have enough money that goes into those games because we do have ideas of expanding the game into PNG and things like that, which obviously talked about in the podcast previously. But yeah, I'm happy for it, just as long as it's financially sustainable moving forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And we also wanted to, I guess, preview the NRL teams, go through each team, our player to watch, so one each, and also an up-and-coming sort of star that people might not know about.
Yeah.
So someone we've watched in the trial games, or someone we've been following in the last couple of years or so.
Yeah.
So let's start off. We'll go alphabetically.
Yeah.
Let's go with hometown heroes, the baby Bronx.
Sheesh.
Not so much babies anymore, but bro, what are your thoughts on the Bronx?
I reckon they had a really good season last year. Super happy for them. I reckon this year will be a lot bigger. So really excited to see how they play footy. I think the player to watch for me this year would be Paddy Carrigan. I know we talk about Reece Welsh and all the things that he does, and Ezra and all the backs and stuff, but I think with the off-season that Paddy had with his incident with Reynolds I think he's due for a big season. And you know, last year there was times when he went missing in that grand final, and I think he'll step up and you know, get to a position where he'll be able to solidify his position as a leader of the club.
Yeah,
because there's no doubt he'll be the next captain once Reynolds goes.
For sure.
So
Origin captain.
Origin
at
captain.
some stage.
Yes, yeah. The player to keep an eye on for, I know he's been playing consistently over the last couple of years, but I reckon Selwyn Cobbo is a player for me. And I know we spoke about like players that we've seen over the trial matches and things like that, but I feel he's going to move into the centres, so this will be a new challenge for him this year with Herbie Farnworth going over to the Dolphins. So that gives him an opportunity to like make his claim, because that also leaves an option for him to get selected for Queensland in that centre position, because the outside backs, like, got so many players that, like, you know, so for him to own that position and make it his own.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Player to watch, I'd go, Payne Haas. He's the best prop in the game. You can't go past the pain in my Haas. He's definitely the man. Like, huge footwork at the line, can bop. Gun.
Big motor.
Just minutes, and keen to see him sort of stamp his authority as the best prop ever to play the game.
That's huge. Yep.
And then next one, and I'd love to see more of this guy. I hope he gets more of an opportunity. But Tristan Saylor,
Oh yes.
from the trial matches I've watched, he's been a shining light. So it's actually a good place Kevy's in at the moment with
Healthy
all this
comp.
depth and Tristan Saylor definitely one to watch.
Yeah.
But moving on,
So,
Canberra Raiders. Oh, I like one of the forwards, Emre Gula or something.
Oh yes, he's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just like he's mobile, agile, huge man, can move, and I'm keen to see if he can keep building.
Yeah.
The other one player to watch would be that Xavier Savage.
Yes. Yeah.
Ever since he's come onto the scene, he's kind of like the fullback for Dragons, the Tyrell Sloan. I think.
Yes.
They're very raw. They're explosive. They're trying new things, but they come with a lot of mistakes.
Learning the game still.
Yeah, they're still learning, but at crucial times, crucial moments of the game, they sort of do something quite silly.
Yeah.
And so hopefully that they can use this year to learn a bit more and keep going. But who stands out for you at the Raiders?
I think their best player is Joseph Tapine. He captained the Maori All Stars in the Indigenous All Stars versus the Maori All Stars in February. I think he's he similar to your sentiment around Payne House and the value that he brings to the Broncos. He contributes so much with his meters gained every game. Such a good leader, leads by example, and one of those players that you'd love to have on your team. So I think he's definitely up there. And for me, I reckon the player to watch is he's sort of, I feel like has established himself already the last couple of years, but I reckon Jamal Fogarty. He's their halfback, and I don't know, he doesn't get the reps. People say that he's one of those halfback that does his job and gets in and gets out, but I feel like this year he's in for a big season because Jack Whiten, he was the big player back.
Yeah.
He was the he was the number 6, the person that would just be like, yeah, come on, carry, I'll put you on my shoulder, I'll carry you, and I'll carry you and I'll take you with me. But I reckon with Jamal Fogarty, he's in for a season where this is now his team. Mm-hmm. He's probably got a couple more years left on his contract, and he needs to show his value so that the team, Ricky and the team can trust him as their halfback for the next 4 or 5 years until someone younger comes through.
Yeah, perfect.
The next team we had was the Bulldogs. And for me, the Bulldogs, I reckon their best player, Stephen Crichton, man. The Doggies needed someone. He's their captain now officially too as well.
Yeah.
So I think he'll bring so much value. His experience with the Panthers, playing in the last 4 grand finals, winning the last 3. Big game player. I reckon also he'll be starting to cement his position in the Origin side too as well, based on the last couple of games that he had at the back end of the 2023 season. So he's definitely the player to watch. The best player for me. I reckon the player to watch is Viliami Kikau. Because he had a on and off season last year.
Yeah,
a few injuries, didn't really get to show the dominance that he had when he was at the Panthers. And I feel with the halves that they've got now at the Bulldogs, like Toby Sexton, and then working closely with Matt Burton, and then obviously having Stephen Crichton, they've recruited really well, the Bulldogs. I think they've recruited the best out of all the teams during the off-season. So, yeah, hopefully he goes all right and cements his position and, as one of the best second rowers.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I really like Max King.
Oh,
one of the forwards.
Yes.
He's him. It's either him or Jacob Preston, that young guy that nearly got Rookie of the Year last year. Those two guys are definitely, I reckon, players to watch. Just big bodies through the middle. Yeah. Also quite young.
Yes.
But you can tell they're just the right sort of bulldog type front rowers, second rower. The player to watch for me will have to be Bronson Cherry.
Oh,
I think coming off
yes.
a 4-year drug ban.
Bro, that's a big shout. That is a great shout.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he sort of slots back in. He did score that try and set up another one in the preseason challenge game, which is good to see. But it'll be interesting to watch how he goes, because he was the next biggest thing at the Sharks.
Yep.
They were saying he was going to be Blues for many years to come, Blues center. So hopefully he picks up from where he left off.
Yep.
And has a great run for the doggies. Up the doggies.
Up the doggies. The next one on this list we have is the Cronulla Sharks.
Sharkies.
Who's your best player and players to watch?
Man, Sharkies. I love that Craig Fitzgibbon is their coach as well.
He's the man.
I remember when I was young, you'd always watch the Sunday roast, and Craig Fitzgibbon would be running off the fence like for the Roosters, and he's just a fucking...
He's a guy.
He's a G. He's a G.
He used to goal kick too as well, man. That's made him so versatile as a second row.
Him, Anthony Tupou.
Whoa!
All those guys.
Willie Mason was also part of that.
Willie Mason, Sonny Bill, Luke O'Donnell. Luke O'Donnell, bro. What a forward pack. Anyways.
Rennie Matu.
Rennie Matu. Getting sidetracked here. Let's go back. Cronulla Sharks. I think Nico Hines has to have a big season for them. I think on the weekend, Nico was... omitted last minute, didn't play, so the Sharkies didn't have a really good game. He's going to be instrumental in leading the pack around the field. They've got some big boys.
They do.
And the other one, player to watch, I'd say Mulatalo. I like Ronaldo. The poor guy didn't get his Queensland opportunity that 1 year, and he's just a baller. He can score tries from anywhere, and apparently he talks a lot of shit on the field, which is always good for a winger. So those two.
No, those are good ones. For me, I reckon the best player is Brenton Nikora. I think he, once again, like one of those players where he does a good job. And I feel like outside of Nico Hines, looking at their list, I think he brings so much versatility. He's good at ball playing, runs a good line, supports the halfbacks really well. So I think he'll be the best player for me there. And then I reckon the one to watch is Teague Wilton. He debuted last season or the season before, and coming off the bench. And I think now there's opportunities for him to actually start, and it'll be good for him to go well. And I think that's the thing with the Sharks, they've made the finals the last couple of years and they've gone out in straight stats. So I think it's time for them. This is a year where I want them to do really well, particularly for Fitzgibbon and Nico. But we'll see how they go. The next team that we had on the list is the Dolphins. Redcliffe Dolphins.
Oh, man. My team.
Yes.
Fins up.
Fins up, baby.
Dolphins, man. Look, sad news. Tom Gilbert,
ACL.
ACL.
Sad news,
It's sort of ruined my week because he's a huge player in that team. He was very instrumental in leading that great run last year where, we went on a good run and won a few games and set us up for the rest of the season. So I think a player to watch, or my best player for the Dolphins would have to be the Hammer. Hammer, man, can't go wrong with the Hammer. He's got speed to burn, and he scores in every game. Right. He's like, if you're bored and you want to chuck a bet on anytime try scorer on the weekend, just Hammer. Just like, he's going to find the line. Player to watch for me is Katoa, the young half. It's his second year of NRL now. I think he's proven himself last year. He went to a World Cup. Tonga played really well for them. so he can mix. Hey everyone, unfortunately my video stopped recording at this part of the episode, so we'll only have Jackman on the screen for the rest of it. But I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far, to the uncles, and are following us, commenting, liking, subscribing. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, please give us a follow, because that'll help us continue on. So thank you once again, and yeah, Jackman to finish off this episode with the big boys now, and gets his time to shine and lead a really good Wayne Bennett coached side.
Yes, sir. For me, the best player is Thomas Fegler. Ooh. I think coming from the Broncos, had a good season last year. I think he needs to get out of the shadow of both, Patrick Carrigan and Payne Haas, and I reckon this would be a season for him to just show that. The player to watch for me, I reckon Jake Alvaro. Sorry? Avarillo, is that what I said? Avarillo, sorry. Yeah, Jake Avarillo. Yeah. I think he'd be the player to watch, because at the Bulldogs he was struggling to find his form, played in different positions, and I think under Wayne, just tell him, this is your job, I want you to do it to the best of your ability.
He's Wayne's kind of player.
Yes. Wayne gets the best out of those kind of blokes.
Oh,
you look at him, what he did with Lockyer. Got so much out of Lockyer. Even Munster to an extent in that Origin series where Wayne, everyone said, they're not going to beat Blues. Wayne got the best out of him.
Yeah.
So hopefully they go all right. Apart from following the list, so we've got the Gold Coast Titans as the next one off the back of that. For me, the best player, can't go past Tino Fasuamalawi. I think he's just their captain now. He's going to be leading from the front. His ball carrying, ball playing skills, I think that's an area where he's going to get better at. He's just ball playing a lot more. So yeah, he's a player to watch, best player for them. And then for me, the player to watch, I reckon this is a bit of a funny one, because I was looking through their list, and then I feel like so many of their players, we've seen how well they have done previously, but I reckon Jaden Campbell for me, because I think coming in, their new coach, who I can't remember his name.
Des Hasler.
Yeah. He's got so much knowledge from rugby that I think he's just going to come in and be like, okay, Jaden, this is what I want you to do. Go out and do it. And I think he's given Jaden the fullback position over AJ Brimson. So I think he has to repay that faith and show that he can, be like his dad, if not better.
Oh, yeah. We saw that on the weekend. Brimo was playing centre.
Yeah.
Jaden Campbell fullback. So I think that's the setup now for the back line.
Exactly.
Which is good, because you need two of them starting, and you probably need Jaden Campbell at fullback.
Yeah.
He's just electric.
Right.
Best player for me, I'm going to go big David Fifita to have another breakout.
His birthday today, bro.
And really?
Yeah, shut up.
Shout out, David, bro. You come on the potty next week.
Yes, bro.
I'll message you after. David to have a stellar season, get back into the maroon side as well. He's gonna lock down that
that's his
spot now, I reckon, for the next few years.
Put a mortgage on that.
Oh, 100%. I think the player to watch is his brother. I like Jojo Fifita. So double Fifita there.
Yeah, nice one.
On the wing, he's been carving up all throughout last year, and man, I saw him in that Maori team, and he just looked fucking huge. So yeah, king.
Nice one. Well, the next one off the list is the Manly Seagulls.
Manly?
Yeah.
I like them. I've been watching their little vlogs on YouTube.
Oh wait, for them in America?
Bro, like since the preseason.
I'm gonna go and show.
Bro, their vlogs are pretty sick. Shout out to their content creator, like whoever's doing those vlogs, fucking sick. But they like take you into the clubhouse and do little snippets with players and interview them, and I thought they've done really well so far. They've also changed their logo. Not sure if you've noticed. So it's just a seagull now, like a sea eagle. Sorry, not the wings anymore. It's just like a head.
Oh,
looks tough. I like it. So best player would have to be, you can't, if this guy's injured, then they don't play well. But if he's playing, he scores like 2+ tries and we win by 40 points. Tom Trbojevic.
Tommy Turbo.
Yeah, keen to see how he goes. He's just got to stay fit. That's the main thing. Player to watch. I like Paseka. Taniela Paseka.
Yeah.
I feel like, he can do more.
He can, yeah.
He's just so huge.
Yes.
Like, whenever I watch him, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Bro, you're fucking massive. Like,
yes.
break the line or something. I feel like it's coming.
Yeah.
He's just sort of working his way through it and finding his feet, but he'll get there.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to go the other Trbojevic.
Yeah, Jakey.
He recently got engaged to as well.
Oh,
the nicest bloke in NRL.
Yeah, he's good on him.
He's actually, his partner, the brother plays for the Bulldogs. Waddell?
Corey Waddell?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So she's a physio, I think. But yeah,
wow.
good on Tomo. I reckon he's going to go all right this year. Back into the Queens Blues team. I don't know why he never got picked the first couple of games. He deserves to be there.
Yeah.
I reckon the player to watch is a bit of a funny one, bro. Old-timer DCE.
Woo!
I reckon so much has been spoken about Cleary having the mantra as the best halfback in the game. Obviously having the jersey of the, Kangaroos and owning that. But I reckon DCE is just like, you know what, I still got some game. Like, I've got maturity. I've got wisdom. I've got age. I'm going to play smart, not harder.
Yeah.
And I think if he does that, Turbo on the park fit and really ripening and, like his body's in a good position, I reckon they're mainly going to be hard to beat, man.
They are. Because they've got the forward pack.
Bro, Paseka, the Hamole, Sibley, Hamole, Jakey. Fuck, their halfback, their hooker too is good. Like, what's his name? Crafty little guy.
Yeah. Kam Chung Tom.
No,
That's the other one.
That's the other one. But he's also,
Yeah.
But Brendan Parker? No, not Parker, but I get what you mean. Yeah. So the next one on the list is Melbourne Storm.
Oh, shit.
For me, I reckon the Storm, the best player, Peppenhausen, man. I reckon he's just, bro. I was watching this video of him through the off season, and the Storm posted it through their Instagram or socials channel, and he just looked really bloody solid, like muscles tanked, looking really good and fit. I think he's just in for a big season as long as he stays on the park. Bro, this guy was even getting talked about as a next Blues fullback.
Yeah.
He's just showing that he can match it with the best. So hopefully it goes all right. And then the player to look for, I reckon, what's that fullback? Not the fullback guy, but replaced Zalongo? Is that his name? Farlongo, yeah. I reckon he'd be. Bro, he covered. I went and watched the Storm against the Broncos, and that try that he set up.
How good was that try?
This guy was like goose stepping.
That was all him too.
Benji Marshall. I was like, yeah. So I reckon he's a guy to watch.
Farlongo, wow.
So, yeah.
That's a great player to watch, bro. Shit. Okay, best player, Melbourne Storm. I think Harry Grant.
Yeah.
He's named captain this year.
Yes.
So he's only going to go to another level.
Yeah.
I think this is his time now, like to assert that dominance, that he's the best number 9 in the competition.
Yeah.
He's also Queensland Maroons number 9, and he's the captain of the Melbourne Storm. Like, this is his time now to be like the next Cameron Smith.
Yes.
So go with him, and then I think one guy who I really want to see more of, Elisi Katoa.
Oh, yes.
Like, he came over from the Warriors. He was thereabouts last year, but I feel like he's just a perfect Melbourne Storm player, like someone that they've picked. Not a superstar, not anything too crazy, but they're gonna mold him. Like Craig Bellamy is gonna get him to do the right things, and I think this year he's gonna be, running some really good balls off Jerome Hughes.
Yes, sir. I reckon. The next one is the New Zealand Warriors.
Up the wires.
Up the wires. Ooh, ah. up the wires.
Up the wires, man. Where do I start? The whole preseason, just their content has been on fire.
Yeah.
I think Jackson, the guy who was with YKTR
YKTR.
before, he's the main guy there now, and crazy. Those guys we look up to,
Yes.
like in the content space.
Inspiration.
They're fucking killing it. But I think best player to watch, I guess, for me would have to be RTS. He's come back, and in the preseason games, he's just...
That
he looks so good, bro.
He put like a big ass tackle on someone up and under.
Up and under. Soot. He's looked really good in attack, in defense. Just keen to see him, do his thing. He's got a license to roam now, so
Yes.
he can do whatever he wants. A young guy would probably have to be player to watch. Who's that? Number 6, Metcalf?
Yes.
Yeah. He started to come really good towards the back end of last year. And, it'll be interesting to see whether Chanel, Harris Tavita, does he come back in? Does he play a 14 role and come off the bench? Because Metcalf, man, he really complimented Sean Johnson and did well for the Waz.
Yeah. For me, the player to watch is Rocco. He's their center.
Rocco Berry.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a good last season. He obviously still maturing into his body. So because his father was an All Black.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
a bit of a fun fact.
Shot G.
And then the best player, I reckon, Shawnee J.
Oh,
SJ,
baby.
Yeah, I reckon if he has a big season, go close to winning the Dally M again. I reckon they're gonna be in for a big season.
Lovely.
The next one on the list is the Newcastle Knights.
Ooh.
For me, I reckon the player to watch there is Phoenix, the number 9. He fit in like last year. He filled in because Braden Bailey. He was just Jake Bailey. One of the
Jaden
Brady. Sorry, yeah. He was injured, so he was out. And then Phoenix filled in there. Phoenix Crosland did a good job. And then the best player, I can't look past this guy, KP. He's just the man. I reckon him and Welsh are going to battle for that Queensland number 1 jersey. And I think whoever has the best start to the season, that's theirs, baby.
Yeah.
What about you?
Best player to watch? Bradman Best. I think he had a amazing year last year. He saved the Blues.
He did.
At the end there. He came on and just had a crazy performance for the New South Wales Blues, and then capped off his year, finishing strong with the Knights. They went sort of undefeated that whole back end, and made the top 8. So really excited to see what he does moving forward. I've seen a guy. I think they've got another half that's come from the UK. I watched him, and he was fucking really good. Will Price, that's his name. Will Price. He's signed for the next 2 years, but they've got really good depth now in the halves, and he'll be someone that will be pushing for a starting spot because he carved up in one of the trials I watched.
Will Price sounds like a good name too.
Best NRL name.
What the next one we have is North Queensland Cowboys on the list.
Yeehaw!
You
Cowboys, baby.
who's your player to watch?
I think for me it would be the Cows. It's got to be Murray Taulagi on the wing there. Queensland Maroons player.
Yes.
I feel like they've tried him in the centres. On the weekend, he was back on the wing. So probably didn't work out how he wanted to. But the boy's looking big and thick, strong. Can score from anywhere.
Yeah.
He's definitely one to watch. The other one, yes, that's right. I just saw it. Zach Laybutt.
Oh.
Yeah, player to watch.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be. He scored a try on the weekend, and he's looking really silky. Just a small center, not overly big, but you can tell he can move.
I reckon for me, player to watch is Thomas McKaylee.
Oh,
He's gone to a few different clubs: West Tigers, Titans. Now he's back at I was up at North Queensland.
Yeah.
And I think with Luciano Leilua going down to the Dragons, there's a position open up for him. And then their best player, I reckon, Scotty Drinkwater. If he has a good season, they're gonna go close again to winning.
Yeah.
Winning at least making the top 4, and then getting an opportunity to play in September. The next one we have off this is the Parramatta Eels. I don't mind this team, and I hope that they have a good season. For me, the best player, I can't go past Mitchell Moses. I think he's their $1 million man. He needs to show that he's their best player, big clutch in those big moments. And I think if he goes into the beast mode that we saw when they went to the grand final in the year before last, I think they're gonna be a good team this year. And then the player to watch, I think for me it's Russell, Dean Russell, or not
Sean Russell.
Yeah,
the winger.
Like winger, because I feel like it's just him and Sivo are now going to cement their positions as the wingers.
Yeah.
And then they just need to get in and, big carries out of the back, 20 when they kick down to their corners. Just show that those two, if they're 2 good season scores, 20 tries each, up, para. What about you?
Up the Parramatta Seals. Best player, Gutho. King Gutho.
Yes, sir.
Week in, week out, turns it on for the Parramatta Eels without a doubt.
Mr. Reliable.
Whether, rain, hail or shine, Gutho performs.
Yes, sir.
So he's my best player. Player to watch would have to be that young Will Penasini. I think, man, he's little stocky center, but he's scoring tries.
He's a union boy too as well. He came from
played centers,
Waverley
inside
College?
center, I think, at Waverley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can just bust tackles. He's a little stocky fella, so lots of power to come from him this year.
Yeah. Well, the next one we have is the Panthers. Oof. Who's your best player and player to watch?
Best player would have to be the King, NC. Nathan Cleary.
Yes, sir.
Can't go past Nathan. He changes games. He lives for the big moments. He showed that last year in the grand final. Gets done by Ezra Mam and then comes back and sets up 2 tries, scores 1 himself, I think, and we just saw him score another try on the weekend against the Wigan Warriors. Man, he's got it all. He can kick, he can run, he can tackle.
Yes, defensively he's someone there.
He is the best rugby league player at the moment.
Yes,
I'd say. Player to watch, Taylor May.
Oh
man,
yes.
I'm keen to see this guy play center.
Yeah.
We only got to see a bit of it on the weekend, but there's lots of talk of him going real well in the center position. So look out for him. Yeah,
for me, I reckon the best player on that team is Isaiah Yeo. And then I reckon the player to watch is Dylan Edwards. I know people talk about him as the best already and currently, but I reckon if he has a massive season, the Blues jersey is to play him from Tedesco. Yeah. He's obviously in the he represented Kangaroos last year, so I think he's just this next season's just going to elevate him, and I want him to have that Blues jersey because I think he deserves to have it.
Yeah.
The next one on the list is Rabbitohs, South Sydney. Another good team that is going to Las Vegas. Best player, I can't go past this guy, Cameron Murray.
Yeah.
I think, you talk about Latrell, and obviously Latrell's a great player, best when he's on, but Cam Murray he's their captain, leads by example, doesn't speak much, gets in, does the job, like, hard worker. And I feel like one of those players where, ever so consistent. Player to watch, I reckon Cookie, Damien Cook.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Nice.
been, like, obviously we spoke about Harry Grant before being,
Yeah.
having the mantra as the best number 9 in the comp, but I reckon Cookie's in for a big season. Last year, him and Uppy were battling for that Blues jersey, and I think Cookie, he's just fastest beach sprinter.
Fastest man on the sand.
Yeah, so hopefully he goes all right. Cookie?
Yeah. Latrell for me.
Yes.
Best player in the team. One to watch out for. He's looking really fit in the trials, the Indigenous game.
He looked ripped, man.
Yeah, so it's good to see that, because like we always knew, like, he needs to be slim, fit, firing for him to be playing at his best and also to be performing well for the Rabbitohs. I think him. Player to watch, his brother boy, Jackie boy.
Oh, Jack. Oh.
Yeah, Jack Whiten.
Jackie, bro.
His wrestling buddy.
Bro, he went Latrell at a wrestling session and what's his name, Reynolds?
Yeah. Right, it's a rugby league thing. They wrestle for a living, so may as well do it off the field too. So yeah, keen to see how Jack Whiten goes. He's gonna look really good in the South Sydney colours, I reckon.
Yes.
Fucking clean.
Bro, they've also recruited well too as well.
Yeah.
And we forgot about Cody Walker, bro.
Hey, Ballawalks.
Deadly. The next one we have is the Dragons.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on them?
Man, everyone's sort of writing them off like
True.
wooden spooners. But on the weekend they put one on.
No.
Yeah,
They had a good win.
I think it was Manly. No, Manly played Broncos.
They played Broncos.
They performed really well.
West
on the
Tigers,
weekend.
all
And that was West Tigers like starting team.
True.
But Dragons starting team as well. But I think West Tigers came out there thinking that it's Dragons, wooden spooners.
Yeah.
They're tipped for wooden spooners this year, paying $3 by the way.
For wooden spooners.
Yeah. So yeah, they've got a lot to vie for this season. Best player, I'd say Benny Hunt. He's their leader. A bit of controversy surrounding him last season, like wanting to leave and all of that. But he's staying put, which is only good for the club. And I'll put some money on him to bounce back from all of that last year to have a good season. Player to watch out for, I think the fullback Tyrell Sloan.
Yeah.
Like Xavier Savage, I said, he's a bit raw and makes a few mistakes, but when he's in open, clear space, it's light above.
Yes, I reckon the player to watch for me would be I reckon Kyle Flanagan.
Ooh.
His dad's obviously brought him in. They want to. You've seen how well Cleary and Nathan and Ivan have worked at the Panthers, and then to an extent now we've seen with Kevy and Billy. So I hope that goes well for him. And the best player, it's hard to go past Ben Hunt, but the second best player I reckon for me would probably be Zach Lomax. He just needs to have a big season. He just needs to have a big season for them, score a couple of tries, defensively sound. People were saying he could even play for the Blues at one stage. So
yeah, that's true.
And then outside of that, the Roosters up the Chookies.
Bondi, baby.
Bondi. I reckon the best player for me there, Tedesco. I know I spoke about Dylan Hadwoods and how if he has a good season he'll be taking over the fullback position for the Blues. But I reckon Teddy said in an interview during the off-season, he's like, I'm hungrier than ever. I've trained hard, and champions never back down. They're always in for a fight. So I think he's in for a big season. I want him to play well. I reckon the player to watch for me, Angus Crichton.
Yeah, wow.
He's gone through a few things last year. Didn't play a lot of consistent. Well, this guy was playing blues, man.
Yeah, one of the best too.
He before he had all the off-field drama, he was part of the World Cup winning squad. He even played off the bench. So I think I want him to play well to get back into the Blues team. You know, he's a good player too as well. So, what about you?
Yeah, best player for me, I'd say look to the Suoli. I think he's got a point to prove now.
Yeah.
And it's his last season in the NRL before he goes over to rugby. So look out for him. I reckon he's got nothing to lose. You know, he's already signed his contract, got his money. Now he can just have fun with the Roosters, try win a premiership.
Yeah.
So, man, he'll be exciting. The one to look out for, I'm keen to see Spencer Linu.
Oh,
bro, you know, we've seen what he does for the Penrith Panthers. You know, coming off the bench, when he gets on, he sets a tone. Right, the game changes, bro.
I'm so keen for that battle with the Broncos.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
How when Spencer comes on, he brings the energy.
And I reckon the Blues missed the trick by not selecting him too as well, because he's eligible to play for them.
Yeah, fuck, bro. He'd be epic in Origin.
I want to see him against like Lindsay Collins or
that's another guy.
Thomas Fegler. Yeah.
Roosters.
Well, there's two good ones there. And then last team for us, bro. Before we wrap up, the West Tigers.
Ooh.
Who's your best player? Sorry, and player to watch.
Oh, okay. My best player would have to be Appy.
Yes.
Coruscant. He's their captain. He's going to be leading them around the park. I have seen these last two preseason games, like you look at him and you try to see, or you see he's trying to do a bit too much. So I think he just needs to play that 9 role and let his halves run the show. He can't do it all. So Appy, I'm expecting a big year from him. My player to watch would have to be Juzzy.
Yeah.
Juzzy Olam. New team. He's playing NRL week in, week out now with the Tigers. So I really want him to go well, and so does the whole country of Papua New Guinea.
And the whole country is beyond the West Tigers, that's for sure.
Oh, their Facebook is 50,000 new followers now from Papua New Guinea.
Well, for me, I reckon the best player is Jeremy Bulla.
Ooh.
He was a rookie last season, man. But this guy, he showed in that Fiji and Bati game over the off-season what he was able to do. There was a try, bro. He just palmed off Tino Fasua Malawi, stepped through like 6 Titans players and scored in the corner. Like, later ball. Player to watch, I reckon Isaiah Papali'i.
Ooh, nice.
He obviously come over from the
Was
and then went to the Parramatta and then left Para to come to them now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's at that stage where he should be a senior leader now. Needs to bring the best out of his players. So, I wish them well and I hope they go all right.
Yeah, up the Tigers. And that concludes our episode for this evening. Guys, like, comment, subscribe.
And tell us your players to watch for the teams and, who your best players are, because we'd love to hear from you guys too.
Yeah. And if you got any same game multis, please put them
in.